Yo, what's up with everybody, man? It's your boy Doughboy Tony. We back with another episode of What's the Word on the realest platform on YouTube, American Cholo. You know, it ain't an episode without my boys. We got my boys in the building today. Got the homie Frankie and the boy Philosopher in the building today.
What's poppin'?
What's up with y'all boys, man? How you doing?
Chilling, bro. Just ready to kind of get into these topics, big dog.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Still trying to get over this last weekend's fights, bro.
Ooh,
Chilling, though.
yeah. Let's hop right into that. Matter of fact, UFC 300, bro.
300.
What a big event. As far as I know, the biggest event so far in the UFC, correct?
Yeah, man.
Damn, bro. And, you know, I had a couple bets on there. I saw that fucking Dana White had bumped the knockout bonus and performance bonus from $50K to $300K.
Yes, sir,
right?
bro.
And that's for all the fighters, right?
Well, that's for who gets it. Right,
But,
so
like,
you have fight of the night, and anybody can get it. Anybody on the card can get it.
Yeah. Correct. Okay, so like they're all available to even the prelims and all that shit.
If you have fight of the night on there, you got it.
Yeah, so I saw he did that. So my idea with the betting was to bet against the fights going the distance, because I'm like, dude, that's $250,000 extra, bro. These motherfuckers are gonna be trying to knock each other's heads off.
Low key.
So everything went smooth on the 5 fights that I bet on, except for Charles Oliveira, man.
Yeah, that was
disappointing me, bro. But you know, good fights nonetheless, bro. And what was your take on it, bro, from this weekend?
Dude, you know what's crazy, man, is I almost slept on this one. But it was I'll put it like this, it was such a stacked fucking card that 301, like, who are you going to put? There's nobody to fight. Nobody gives a fuck about what happens at 301.
Yeah.
But it was really nice, man. Like, to be honest, I'm pretty sure everybody's fucking takeaway was Max Holloway, dog.
That's probably the best ending I've seen live for UFC so far.
That's an incredible knockout.
Well, but the thing is, man, that's just another fucking notch in the Max Holloway book, dog. Just another moment of him.
Yeah.
Because he's done that several times. Like that stand and bang shit. That's Max. The crazy part, dog, is like he outclassed the motherfucker the whole time.
Yeah.
And like how many, like we've talked about like fighters, like real fighters, right? And old school fighters versus nowadays. Like we've had that combo, right? That was the perfect example of a golden era fighter. You know what I mean? Where it's like, dude, I already won this shit. Why would you risk it? Well, because nowadays people are so caught up in like accolades and marks. Max is like, man, I've been had this in the bag. Let's just fucking stand and bang now. That's a fighter.
That was super dope. He pointed at the middle,
that's
right?
That's like his signature. He's like standing bang.
Yeah.
And everybody knows.
Damn, that shit was crazy, bro. It was I don't want to say unexpected, because as soon as they started going at it, you could tell one of these fools is gonna drop, and then right away you could tell Max had that shit, bro.
Well, you know what's crazy, bro? Is I wouldn't have expected him to get knocked out like that. You know what I mean? Huh?
You don't think so?
Nah, bro, because old boy's got power. Max don't really got power like that. Like, yeah, that's his whole point. When people ask him, like he said that was his point against Conor, right? And when I think he went on Joe Rogan or some podcast, and he was like, hey, just, these guys with this power like Conor and all that, that's why they gas out, bro. They got too much power. He doesn't gas out. He's kind of like Nate Diaz and the Diaz brothers, right? It's punches and bunches. He's wearing you out. It's just accumulated damage. Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right, and two guys that now he's fought both of them that are really strong, really good at banging, bro. Dustin and Justin. Right, I can't really see either of those two cats getting knocked the fuck out like that by each other, maybe. Right, but by a Max, nah, man, I couldn't have seen that coming. But the other fight too was a sleeper, bro. The one that you were talking about. Who's the
Oliveira?
Charles Oliveira.
Oliveira, and what was his name? Ahmad or Ahmad?
Ahmad,
yeah.
I don't remember his last name.
Bro, only like fighters can appreciate how nasty that shit was. That dude, that Dagestani or Ahmad, whatever he is, man, his grappling was ridiculous. Dog.
Yeah.
And you got to keep in mind, you're going against Brazilian fucking black belt in jiu-jitsu, dog. Like that's cream of the crop, dog. It's like a Japanese samurai and everybody else is an American samurai. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, that was a good fight, bro.
It was really nice.
It just was pissing me off because I bet the over on significant strikes on Charles Oliveira.
Nah,
and he was not getting nothing in there, so I was like, fuck. But it was a good fight, bro. I mean, honestly, I didn't get to watch every single fight, but, looking back at like the highlights and shit, everything looked super dope, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the main card, Pereira, right?
Dude, you know what though? That was a fucked up match.
Bro,
That was a fuck. That is the mixed match of the year, G.
that's bro, man, yeah. Well, there's been a lot of talk back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Hall, the former champion,
Yeah.
he didn't have his titles taken from him, right? Like, he got injured. He had a whole situation trying to come back, right? So all you heard was him just kind of yapping at the mouth,
away,
bro.
G.
Bro, he was just talking shit the whole time. And Pereira was like, yo, do you really want this, bro? Because I'm about to give it to you.
You're an idiot,
And
G.
he's very quiet, reserved. He's not this rah-rah guy. He's not the guy who's going to talk shit. He's very respectful, but he's a dangerous dude.
He's a cold killer.
He's lethal.
Yeah.
So that was the most that you were gonna get. That meme, he became a meme, right? Where he's basically saying is like, is this what you wanted, right? Like, is this enough?
Are you sure?
Right?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Like, this is what I told you was gonna happen. So that knockout was just incredible in the first round.
In
Just-
that moment after.
No, yeah, that's just making a statement right there for
It
sure.
is, man.
You know, and he did his thing, bro, and like you said, that was
Yeah.
definitely a highlight of the night where he's just like, bro, like, you asked for it. This is
And
what you
bro,
get.
like, keep in mind, dog, this dude probably has the craziest story in all of fight history, right? He's a world champion in K1, right? So kickboxing champion. Fucks up Izzy twice. Izzy bounces out, becomes this fucking phenom in the UFC that just starches everybody, right? Above everybody else. We're looking at this guy like, what the fuck is he? He's like the anime fighters here. And then he just starts talking shit because people are like, there's only one guy that knocked you out. So old boy's like, yeah, well, Alex is going to be at a bar talking about the one time I knocked that dude out. So Alex is like, oh, okay, bet. Pulls up to the UFC, says, I want to fight. His last victory this weekend was his 9th fight in the UFC. Bro, that's an amateur record, dog.
Damn. Yeah.
You've got 9 fights. That's an amateur record, and you're the world champion in your division in the UFC. Bro, people are sleeping on that dude right now.
Yeah. No, yeah, most definitely. But, like, he's just going to keep going up in the ranks, bro, and eventually everybody's going to, get their spot. Another one that I think, he has a low record, too, and he did perform really well was Bo Nickel.
Bro's a beast, man.
Bro's a beast, bro.
Yeah.
He's a fucking beast. He dominated that whole fucking match, really.
Yeah.
The homie didn't stand a chance at all. But yeah, man, the fights were good. Shout out Dana White, bro. Shout out Dana White. The sport's growing. The sport's growing a lot. And, big props to him, bro. I've seen a couple of podcasts that he's on, and, like, his story's crazy.
Yeah.
How many people basically said no to him. The shit he had to go through, bro. And, like,
The vision.
now he's doing these huge fucking events, dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane to see. And now, like, a lot of the influence he has too on like fucking, whether it's social media influencers and shit like that. Everybody wants to pop out to his events now.
Dude, he's a guy that people with money love to hang with, bro.
Yeah.
Loves to gamble, bro. The presidents come and talk to him. Everybody
Yup.
that's anybody chops it up with this dude. Like, he is the UFC, and he brought
Exactly.
something new.
Yeah, man. But man, yesterday, bro, NBA, the play-ins have started, bro. The play-ins have started. We had the Lakers against the Pelicans yesterday.
Shout out to the Lake Show.
Damn, bro.
That's right.
They came out with the dub. Shout out the Lakers, man. They came out with the dub against the Pellies. That was a good fucking game,
It's a
dog.
great game.
I thought you guys were gonna blow them out the water. I think at one point you guys had a 20-point lead.
Yeah.
And it just fucking started getting smaller and smaller. Zion started doing his thing, bro. Unfortunately, he got injured in that game. But damn, bro, that was a good game for sure. You guys came out with the dub, secured the playoff position.
Secured the 7th position just
Yes,
to
sir.
meet. We want all that smoke.
You don't want Denver, though.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
you don't, fool.
eventually you're gonna have to go through them, right? I really see Denver being one of the elite teams in the West, right? Obviously the defending champions. So you're gonna have to be the man. You gotta beat the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after they won this past year, I don't know if a lot of people out there like y'all remember, right? But they talked a lot of shit. Like, it was their championship was like every other reference was about the Lakers. For some odd reason, right? The Lakers lived in their minds rent free.
Yeah.
So they had a lot they could have said a lot about every other team, right? But
Yeah.
they had a lot to say specifically about us. So it's definitely going to be really good to get back, really kind of get in their face and see kind of like, okay, well, what have we learned?
Yeah.
I really feel like the whole game plan should be if we can stop the Joker and kind
That's it, man. It's fucking Jokic is arguably the most dominant player in the league right now.
Facts.
You know, he's a fucking beast. I honestly think you guys have a really good chance against them. I don't think Jokic is gonna be banging out fucking one-legged 3-pointers off the fucking backboard again this series. You know, last series. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong, but last time you guys played him, he was just on one.
He was on one.
He was on one, bro. And you know, AD, as good as a defender and, you know, player he is, Jokic is just too much, bro.
Yeah.
You know, he can shoot the 3 ball. He can walk you down in the paint, bro. Like, he's just a powerhouse, bro. Overall, he has amazing court vision. That dude, he's a fucking center, and he sometimes finishes the game with the most assists on the team.
For sure.
You know, he's a great fucking baller, bro. And you know, we got the homie Notorious over there in the comments saying Mavs over Clippers.
Damn.
Man, hell no,
Damn.
dog. Ain't no way you really believe that, G.
Damn.
Ain't no way you believe that one. Nah, but that's gonna be a good series too, man. Mavs, Clippers. You know, it's become a little rivalry in the recent times, and now they got Kyrie, which I really truly don't think it's gonna make a big difference having Kyrie on that team. But we'll see. We'll find out. But another big game yesterday, bro. Warriors Kings.
Damn.
The Warriors got slapped silly, bro.
End of an era. That's
The
it.
Warriors got slapped fucking silly, dog. The Kings went in there, did their thing. You know, it was just, you know, after that, dog, it just goes to show you never know what the fuck's going to happen when it comes to, I know it's not playoffs yet, but I mean, it kind of is. You know, they're competing for something that really matters now.
For sure.
Keegan Murray on the Kings, fucking small forward, goes in there and drops 32 points. Who would have thought that? Nobody. Klay Thompson goes into this game and shoots 0 for 10. Who would have thought that? Nobody, you know? But, horrible performance from the Warriors by all 3 of their stars. Curry got started way late, bro. I think he had like 4 or 6 points in the first half. Draymond was doing Draymond. He doesn't always score, but he does, you know, he gets his rebounds, gets his assist. And Klay was just nowhere to be found, dog. Klay was 0 for 10, 0 for 6 from the fucking 3-point line. You know, end of an era, like you said, because who knows if these guys will ever play together again, bro.
You know, Mike Brown spent a lot of time on the Warriors being an assistant to Steve Kerr. So I think he had the perfect game plan to beat them. So, you know, really trapping Steph Curry. As soon as he got the ball, right, he had 2-3 people around him to making somebody else beat you, right? Because once Steph gets going, like, it makes it easy for everybody else. He's passing the ball. Everybody else kind of gets into the flow, right? Because he takes a lot of that pressure off of everybody else, right? Because
definitely
he can keep them in the game single-handedly. So, but, you know, like every dynasty, every era has to come to an end. And, you know, like, they're getting older, bro. Like Steph and Draymond and Klay, like, you know, they have 4 championships together. You can't deny the greatness that all of them have been able to bring together, right? But, you know, like, Father Time is undefeated. And how some of these players play, there's going to be a lot of decisions made in the offseason. And, you know, I don't anticipate Klay being back, bro. I really anticipate him hitting free agency and somebody picking him up, because you got to change something.
No, yeah, definitely. And like you said, if there's one player that I think as well that's going to be gone is Klay. You know, Klay, he's now coming off the bench. You know, he's kind of losing his role a little bit on the Warriors squad. Not exactly, not entirely, because, I mean, there's been games this season he comes off the bench, he drops 20 plus. You know, he's still that guy who's corner 3 ball. You give it to him, and, you know, you feel very confident when you hand him that ball that he's going to hit that shot for you. You know, so I think any team will be lucky to have Klay.
For sure.
He has not the best defense, but he's a solid defender. He plays his role. He knows what he's doing, you know. But today, bro, the Miami and the Sixers are playing.
Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah, the last time I checked the score on that game, the Miami was up, which is crazy because, I mean, it's crazy and it's not crazy. The Sixers, they're a solid squad, but they missed Embiid for, like, fucking most of the season, bro. So, you know, the chemistry is different. And then not to mention Doc Rivers. I think he's a fucking garbage-ass coach. I'm glad the Clippers got rid of him. But, you know, I think he's a shitty coach, bro. I don't know. Even if they win the play-in and maybe win the first round of the playoffs, they're not going to really get far, bro. But fucking Miami, Jimmy Buckets, bro. Jimmy Buckets, when it comes to the playoffs, the play-ins, bro, he's a different animal. He's a different fucking breed, bro. You know, he comes out and he shows the fuck out.
Man, there's people that, you know, if you've played sports in your life, whether it was organized sports or rec league or whatever, there's certain individuals that in practice, you know, come in and kind of just go through the motions. But when it's game time, these fools, there's a whole different level that these individuals hit. And Jimmy Butler, a.k.a. Jimmy Buckets, is definitely somebody who has that Kobe mentality. So once he gets into the playoffs, like, he turns it on. So, you know, I really anticipated it being really a good series. And, you know, but that lower part of the East is pretty weak. So, you know, looking forward to seeing who comes out. But, like, I got my money on Miami.
Yeah, I would say Miami, too. Another game going on today is fucking Atlanta and Chicago Bulls.
Damn.
Which is an interesting matchup because Atlanta also did not have Trae Young for the majority of the season, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking. So the chemistry is different, but DeJounte Murray did a good job at stepping up and being that fucking guy for that team. So we'll see what happens, bro. The Bulls are really good overall. You know, they got fucking Vucevic. He's a great fucking center. He gets boards. He gets buckets. He shoots the 3-ball. You got DeMar DeRozan. You got Ayo, who is fucking showing up and doing amazing this season, bro. You got Kobe White. You got Alex Caruso. They just have a solid squad, bro. You know, for them to lose is just kind of the ball's kind of in their hand, bro. You know,
sure.
So you know, for them to come out with the L would be kind of disappointing.
Definitely.
But I wouldn't put it past the Hawks beating them. You know, you just never know. Clint Capella is on that fucking team. They're a dominant team. We got some comments up in here.
Yeah, Clay sucks.
PD, Godfather, LOL, Clay sucks. Hey, man, you know, he had a horrible performance yesterday. Yes,
shit.
of course. What I say, he, like, it just sucks. It's garbage. I don't know, man, because, you know, like I said earlier, he coming off the bench, he was dropping 20-plus a couple games. Yes, he had probably more bad games than he had good games, but who knows if they have a fucking – maybe if he's put in a different system, you know, a different team, things might work out better for him. Look at Westbrook. Everybody said he was trash, but he was just on the Lakers. He came to the Clippers, and he's been dominating, fool.
Look, man. No, that's true.
Nah, Westbrook is also a hit or miss, bro.
And man, on teams like that, like what he just said, because the first thing I think about is like when you have a team like the Lakers, we have so many good players, and then you have like a fucking Russell up in there. Is it sometimes bad for those guys to be on a team like that where they don't even have time or a moment to shine and show their shit because you got fucking 7 other fucking gods right here?
It depends on the type of all-stars you have on your team. You know, when you got players, for the most part, it's very hard for all-stars to play with LeBron because LeBron is a ball handler. He needs the ball. You know, he facilitates. LeBron will get you assists all day, even though he's a small forward. He could run the point. He gets boards. He gets assists all day. He hoops. He's an overall just a ball handler. So it's really difficult sometimes for players to be able to play with him, especially people like Westbrook, who is also a dominant player when he has the ball.
Yeah, so it's hard for you to even get going.
Yeah,
like that.
Westbrook's not the type of guy that you want to spot up at the 3. He's
a
call him Westbrook for a reason, you know.
Right.
So he needs the ball, bro, and he's a good passer. He's a very good fucking passer. And he's a hustler, bro. He gets boards, but he needs the ball. You know, he facilitates and he's really good at attacking the paint, which is the reason that he needs the ball, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when it comes to that, it really depends on the type of players you have, bro, and who's like on that team that's really going to carry them the most.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's hard to play with LeBron.
Is that what happened with him when he was on Lakers?
With Westbrook?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He couldn't find himself on that team, bro.
So you think that it's better, like, let's say he's on your team. You're a Clippers guy, though, yeah?
Yeah.
But, like, let's say he was on Clippers, and it was the same exact story, right? Would you rather have him on your team, or would you rather see him go somewhere else where he can become the Westbrook?
I'd rather have him somewhere else.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see the thing about why Westbrook kind of works with the Clippers is because he agreed to come off the bench. So James Harden, he's a starter. He's our point guard. He can do what he needs to do. You know, when Westbrook's not on the floor.
So what, like when you say that, because I'm not too familiar, right? Is that like he doesn't want to start the game out? He doesn't want to get the motion going?
He doesn't. Right. So there's starters and then there's bench players. So like the people who start the game, for the most part, they'll get most of the minutes throughout the whole game. For the most part, unless the bench player gets hot, then he's seen the floor a lot.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to be a starter then?
You do want to be a starter. You know, like I guess the only reason you want to be a starter is because it means something like I earned this position and they want me to play first. But Westbrook knows that there's a lot of, you know, controversy when it comes to a bunch of stars playing on a team, the amount of time that they get with the ball. So when he came, when Harden came to the Clippers, we went like on an 0-6 run. We lost 6 games in a row.
Damn.
So Westbrook said, I'm gonna come off the bench. Like let Harden start. They were both starting at the same time.
Oh shit.
As soon as Westbrook comes off the bench, bro, we go like on a 7-8 win game streak.
Damn.
You know,
so
like,
did he want to be on the bench?
Westbrook?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to be on the bench.
Is that because he didn't want to, like what you just said? Like basically, is what you just said, like he wasn't trying to end up in the same situation that he just came out of?
Yeah, he didn't. You know, he at this point right now, Westbrook is just, he wants the ring, bro. You know, so he's gonna do anything he can to help the team out. So if that means him coming off the bench, bro, he's okay with it.
Hell yeah.
Because he still comes off the bench and he does his thing. You know, not every game, fucking West. That's the only thing I don't like about Westbrook. He could be super inconsistent, but
Oh shit.
you know, for the most part, when he's coming off the bench and it works, because now when he comes in, he can facilitate the ball.
I feel that. Yeah.
No, he's right.
Yeah. He gets the motion going and implements his game.
But man, want to talk about consistency though. So you were just mentioning about Westbrook being consistent, but you know who has been consistent at the trolling, right?
Oh,
We have a big fight this weekend. We got Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. So I know we've been talking a lot about it because Ryan has been really active on social media. I don't know if you guys saw the press conference where Ryan just had like a tweaker moment and started he came out with a song and dance in the middle of the interview, bro. And Devin Haney's
that
like,
shit was crazy, bro.
Devin Haney's like, this was not taking this fucking fight seriously.
Yeah.
But like, the hell is he doing, bro? And then he yelling at him,
Yeah.
Telling him where his mama was at, right?
God damn.
Ryan saying that he was gay. And bro, like
that Haney was gay?
No,
or
that
Ryan's gay?
that he was part of the LGBTQ,
Hey,
right?
Papa, just relax. You've done good, Selling.
Because I guess Haney put his, not smacked him in the face,
He
but
just
pushed
kind of
him.
like pushed him.
He pushed him,
him.
right? Pushed him
Yeah,
away,
little
pushed his
smash.
face away, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, that's a hate crime." Blah blah blah.
I'm gay, bro.
And he said he
Damn, that's
identified as a
wild.
woman.
Yeah, that's
Bro.
wow. Hey, you've been with Oscar too long,
Just
G.
super trolling, bro.
Shit.
But like,
That might not be a troll.
kind of getting into it, right? Like, look, like breaking it down from a boxing perspective, right? Like my pick is still Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney will beat Ryan Garcia by decision. Because
my bad, but that was a slick segue. You said, who has been being consistent?
bro, it's true though. He's been consistently trolling this whole fight camp,
Yeah.
right? He's been consistently
Yeah.
trolling, right? But I can't take that away from Ryan. Ryan is really kind of made his bones through social media, doing all the social media videos and things of that nature, right? But I will say this, right? Even though I am picking Devin Haney to win because he has really good control of the ring, has really more of a skill set, right? That, translates to him controlling the fight, is the better boxer in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Ryan has the faster hands. Ryan has the heavier hands in comparison to Devin Haney. So there's it's the fight game. So if Ryan is to win, he's going to beat him by knockout. Because that's the only way I really see Ryan winning this fight. He's not going to outbox him. No. He's not going to outpoint him. He's not going to outthink him, right? But Ryan has a real possibility of knocking Devin out. And could you imagine getting knocked out by somebody who says they identify as a woman?
You just got knocked out by a female, huh?
Bro, like that's insane.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't.
What do y'all think?
I
Starts
mean,
twerking.
it's so weird, bro, because I don't know how to read this motherfucker Ryan right now.
Straight up.
He's coming out with these drug tests that are negative and all this shit. So, but whatever it is, bro, that's going on with him, like, I don't know what to expect, dog. Like you said, it could be just all show for and I mean, he's gonna come out and have his fucking best boxing performance ever, or he's just really just not there, dog, and he's gonna come out and make a fool out of himself. It's hard to fucking to read it, but.
Man.
Me personally, I hope that he comes out and wins. Just because, like I've always said, I support Raza.
Wait, so who you picking then?
I'm going with Ryan.
No.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. It's going to be a
Go
hard
Ryan.
next episode, G.
Yeah.
I'm going with Ryan. You guys are both Haney. You said Haney, right?
Haney.
Easy.
Yeah, okay.
Easy, man. You know what? It would be a trip, though. It would be a fucking trip if not only did he knock him out, but it was his best performance ever. I'd be like, man, let this motherfucker lose his mind, dog.
And don't get me wrong, bro. Haney is a dog, bro. Like, he's a great fighter. He's a dog to me in terms of like the way he boxes. It just looks like poetry, bro.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
he's not out there. He's not like somebody a knockout specialist or nothing like that, bro. But he's a great, he's a great boxer. But I'm hoping Ryan just comes out here and fucking tears shit up, dog.
I hope so, man.
It's not
You know,
happening, G.
I'm looking forward to the fights. There's a couple kids out there who are fighting on the undercard. Shout out to Arnold Barboza, out of El Monte on the undercard. Shout out to Johnny Cañas, aka Sugar King, out of Santana on that
Yes, sir.
undercard,
It's a
fighting
hard
on
name.
on the 20th. So it's gonna be packed. Even though I feel like it shouldn't be in New York. Bro, you got two California kids.
That's
It should have been in LA or
Yeah.
Vegas. I'm still angry about that, right?
That makes
Upset about
no
that.
sense.
Makes zero sense, but it's gonna be good, bro. I'm looking forward to like somebody getting knocked out. I really hope that we see a knockout, but like I said, I doubt it. I think Devin's beating him by decision.
To be honest,
We'll have to
man,
see, man.
like even that, bro. I think that if you, I expect to be very disappointed on the Ryan fight. If there's any good moment, I'd expect the good moment to come from the other guys on the card, right? The reason why I would say, or the other guys that are fighting that night, maybe not card. The reason why I would say that it's like a guarantee in my mind he's not winning this fight is because the mental fortitude of a fighter is one of the most important parts of the entire build, right? If he started off his career as like a crazy horse, right, as one of these guys that are just Connors out there loud, if that's how he did things, because again, he built up on social media, and that's not the approach he took to that, right?
Yeah.
He took the approach of like skill. I punch really fast, my left hook, right? Like it was skill and boxing that built him up.
Yeah.
So that's the mental space that he had underneath all of his wins. Underneath the career that he built. The mental space you see right now is different than the mental space that brought him to the position he's in.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
No, definitely, bro. And that's definitely gonna have a lot to do with
Yeah.
the outcome of it, dog.
Yeah, it
And
means a lot.
I think you're right, bro. I mean, I'm not going into this fight expecting a lot.
No.
Like, I'm really not.
I
But
think this is the
hope-
most interesting part of it.
But I hope it's a dope ass fight.
Yeah.
We'll have to just find out.
But there's something to be said about the art of war and what he's trying to do, kind of get Devin off his game, right? Because
okay.
look,
I got a question for you when you're done.
Look, it could be a strategy, right? It could be the strategy where I'm gonna get you out of your. When you're fighting, part of the fight game, you have to go in there with a game plan.
Yeah.
I'd rather be a smart fighter than a tough fighter,
Oh,
right?
yeah, all day.
Because
Yeah.
you have to be able to follow that game plan, be able to adjust there in the ring, right?
That part.
And not get overly emotional. When you get
Yep.
angry and you let your emotions take over inside of that ring, it's over. It is done.
You lost that moment.
You lost that fight.
I think
So-
that's just with anything, bro.
100%.
Yeah.
But specifically talking about like what Ryan is doing, right? You don't think
Yeah.
he's trolling this fool Devin to
No.
like get him out of his
No.
zen? Because Devin has never been like this, bro. Devin's never been this disrespectful. Devin's never been this loud, right? He's kind of gone in there and be like,
Taking him out of his element.
yeah, it's taking
Yeah.
it out of his element, bro. He's angry. He's upset, right? He has no idea if Ryan is really doing this because he's crazy or he's just doing this because he's trolling, right? He's really taking it personal, dog. So don't you feel that's an aspect
No.
of his game?
No. See, that's what I was going to ask you, is I was going to pose that same question in a different way. What I was going to say, and this is my opinion of it, right, to answer your question, is actually the same question I was going to give you. You don't think that he started to break a bit? You don't think he started he is going through something mental? He is going through a thing, and during the process of him breaking, he realized the damage he was doing and how much of an impact and effect it was having negative on him. So he started to ride the question that we set. We set the narrative: is this a troll or not? Right? Where he started off with a proper intent, whether he was intentionally trolling from day one or if he was actually snapping and losing it. But who's to say that he wasn't snapping and losing it, and then along the process he heard the narrative of he could be trolling, and then saw the negative feedback and negative damage and said, you know what, fuck it. The only way out of this, truly, because God ain't enough. I'm not getting the Christians on my side. I'm not getting the support of anybody on my side. Let me just troll. Fuck it. Let me just ride the troll. I'm trolling, right? And then all of a sudden, like you LGBT, they're not going to be on your side, G. Like you're reaching for whatever. I think he's really having something going on, because What gain is there, even in the trolling part, to shoot out your promoters, dog? That doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This started off way before. He started breaking way before all this.
No, yeah, bro. I mean, I think you have a solid point there, 100%. He
Damage
could just,
control.
he's probably just like, fuck it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say I'm trolling.
Yeah. Because
You know,
then
'cause
look,
it's easy to just do that.
exactly. And then if
Yeah.
he loses, I was a troll. If I'm not really breaking, then he can pretend to come right back into normal. And that buys him enough time to figure his shit out, right?
Yeah.
Or you just got beat by a dude that trolled. And that's like, there was nothing wrong. Y'all fell for it. I'm smarter than everyone. It was a troll. That's the only way you win.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if it's not
That's
a
true.
troll,
It's a
G, you
win-win
lost.
situation. in a
That's
way.
the only way.
Yeah, he loses. He has excuses for
Yeah.
his loss, and
Yeah.
he wins. And
You know what? I
he
was out of
can
my
shit on
pocket.
him.
I tried to do the Connor thing. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'll go back to old Ryan now.
Yeah.
And then he buys himself another fight or two.
Wow. That's why they call him philosopher, dog.
Sick ass fool, dog. Watch out, Tommy. Hey, don't fall for the LGBT trick, dog. Philosophy 101. fool.
My boy Notorious said, after the clips I saw of Frankie Blanco in the gym, I think he'll beat Haney and Garcia.
Easy.
Hey, we gotta
fool.
set up a fucking boxing fight for Frank, dog. So Frankie, who you want to fight for?
Man,
Yeah. Hey, wait, hold on. What weight you
it's
fighting?
fucking Joe Biden. fool.
Oh, shit. Homie, sign it up,
Damn,
G.
fool, that's right. This fool wants to murder somebody.
no,
dog.
Byron.
Catch a
Damn,
Byron,
this fool wants to
fool.
catch a body.
I know, bro. This fool's going up to her. Hey, how do you
180 years old, dog.
Hey,
My man.
how do you catch your sparring partners? You just go with boxing gloves to the retirement center, G? Hey, who's trying to line it up?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm
homie.
10-0, dog.
10-0.
Shit.
No.
Hey, I'm gonna come in with my American
That's
flag shorts on, G. This one's for America, homie.
The comment before that, who do you have coming out West and East? I'm assuming that's a basketball question. The West, I got the Clippers. And the East, I got the Celtics. And that's an easy dub because the Celtics never win the championship. They just make it there.
Nah, man.
That's a very biased answer, but that's my answer, dog.
Not biased at all, G.
Not biased at all.
The Celtics one's not biased. The Celtics are easily the strongest team in
Yeah.
the East, but they just never close out, bro. They never close out. I mean, I can't even say shit, dog, because fuck the Clippers.
Yeah, y'all never been there.
Damn.
Y'all never
Oh
been
my
there.
God.
Y'all
We don't
not
close
even
out
won one.
either,
Y'all never
dog.
been there.
Jesus
Hey, dog,
Christ.
this is it right here, fool. Before we go to Inglewood, dog,
Whoa.
this is our year, dog. We're gonna go into our new stadium. We're gonna go into our new stadium
what
with
you
the
want?
fucking
This
ring,
what you
bro.
want, G? You really
Watch.
what you
And I'm gonna
the
invite you.
Clippers want?
I'm gonna invite you to the ring ceremony
Hell
fool,
nah.
at the Clippers, the new
Bro,
Clippers stadium.
that's what
dog.
y'all want?
I'm gonna laugh at both of you niggas right here, bro. I'm just
Nah, but
cracking
shit,
up.
since we still on the topic of sports and basketball, with that being said, we got some news right here. Something we want to talk about. Shit, Jonte Porter, Raptors player, man. He is banned for life from the NBA. He is an NBA player himself, and he is now permanently banned for life from the league for betting on games.
That's crazy.
Damn, man.
Damn.
How y'all feel about that, man? How do you guys feel about, we just had that whole Otani controversy with his interpreter.
He didn't do it way.
His interpreter betting his money and shit.
Allegedly.
But what's
Allegedly.
going on? Everybody, I mean,
Put some respect on his name.
Oh, yeah, for
what's
real,
up with
man.
all this news? I mean, I know this has been going on for years before
Insider
this
trading,
is going on,
basically.
but I feel like now that it's just been that gambling has become so more easily accessible to people. I think it's becoming more of a problem.
Hey,
For no, I'm saying for the players,
hey,
dog.
yo, pick a side, G.
No, I'm saying for the players. No, hell no, gambling's not an issue.
Yeah,
Shit.
bro. Go spend, go double up right now. Everybody listening. Financial advice.
We want to gamble on how long this party goes. I'm just
Fuck
saying.
it, bro.
Insider
I heard
trading,
you want to
G.
gamble. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Nah, I'm just playing, man. But
I'll flip
no,
a coin.
I'm saying like it's becoming more of an issue for athletes who are starting to gamble more on them. Maybe not themselves, but on the leagues that they play in and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
Hey, that's crazy
What's-
because you just try to do the same shit. You try to say, want to gamble on how long the pod goes, and you're the
I
one
know I'm gonna
dude
be
that,
watching
yeah,
the
you're
time
going
the
to be
whole
like,
time.
10:04, 10:05. I see
Got the
y'all.
over under on an hour 15 minutes, G. Nah, but what's your guys' take on this, bro?
I think these athletes are trying to get their piece of the pie, right? They see these professional leagues making a killing with people like DraftKings and individuals of that nature, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, if you guys can do it, right? If you guys can make billions of dollars on my likeness and never pay me, then I should be able to bet on games, right?
Yeah,
I should
then
be
they
able to
heard what
use
you
my
were doing.
knowledge to be able to bet on games.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something that you should do, right? Like, I
Yeah.
think as a professional athlete, at least have enough respect not to bet on your own sport.
Thank you.
Like, if
Yeah.
you want to bet on other sports, I don't think that should be a problem. I think, like, if you're a basketball player, bet on boxing all you want.
But I
On
don't think
football.
there's. Do they make an issue about that?
don't know.
I don't think they do. I
Well,
think it comes
what-
down to when
did-
they catch you betting on yourself.
was
or-
Otani betting his interpreter, right? Let's
Fool, Otani
hey,
was
dog.
betting, dog.
Hey, dog.
Allegedly.
Relax. Allegedly.
allegedly
Bro.
was his interpreter.
What was he betting on? Or what were they betting on? Were they betting on baseball, or were they betting on other sports? Then, so to your point, right? Like,
Yeah.
does that matter then? So why are we making a big deal of Otani if he wasn't betting on baseball?
Well, we don't know what he was betting.
I
on.
know, but
Well, but you got to keep in mind, bro. You're an athlete. You're gonna know at that level. You pretty much know all the other athletes of other sports at that level. G.
Yeah, and
You
not
know
just
what I mean?
that. It's like you. The reason that I think that athletes shouldn't be able to bet on themselves or in games that they participate in
Yep.
is because, bro, they just would have so much influence over the game, dog.
Yeah, you're incentivized to
And-
do stupid shit now.
Yeah, and,
And not play.
it ruins the whole game.
Yeah, it ruins the sport.
Yeah,
You're not playing at the highest level.
yeah. I'm starting to think Dak Prescott bets against himself, dog.
damn. Oh, how it catch you straight, dog? It's not even football season,
Damn.
G.
Hey, I gotta see that bank
Bro.
account. I gotta see that bank account, G. You got too much money.
Bro.
I'm just playing, dog.
Hey, but
Keep
you
it
know what?
pushing,
Like
bro.
what you said, like they want a piece of the pie, bro. Like that's what I said last time we were on the podcast. We had the episode, right, where I was like, who the fuck is worth that much money? How are you worth like fucking $80 million a year to dribble a
Yeah.
ball? Like, let's just break it down, right? You're dribbling the ball better than
Same.
anybody else dribbles the ball, bro. You throw it into a hoop better than anybody does. You hit a ball better. You fight better. Like, how are you worth 80 million for that? It's entertainment shit, right? And then to be like, I want a piece of the pie, bruh.
Yeah.
You got the kitchen.
But this is a backup center. He don't make that money.
I don't care, bro. Go. All right, don't play this sport. And what
That's
were you
why
gonna
he
do?
does it.
That's true.
That's why he does it. Because he
but-
don't make that money.
Well, what does a backup make? $5 million a year? $10 million
Nah,
a
yeah,
year?
they're still in the mills for sure.
Okay,
I mean, the
then.
minimum is like $1 million. I think like for our NBA contract is like 1.5 mil at the minimum.
So think of it like this, dog. Like you could just invest that, or you could just go gamble that for real, for real. You're inside trading, and the risk reward's not that well because most athletes don't even have like good financial,
Advisors.
not just advisors. Because nowadays, like the NFL is providing it.
Acumen.
There you go, right? And like to me, it's like, bro, I don't give a fuck if you're the lamest dude on the team. If you weren't here, you'd be making like 40, 80 to 80K a year. Like, calm down, bro. You don't need an extra piece of the pie because what happens is you lose all this. The team owns everything. You realize how much you do and don't own, and now you're back to being a plumber,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's true, dog.
And the dudes that do it that you're talking about that make the billions, they hear that old boy's doing it, and they're like, nah, that's for us, G. Shut that down. Stop that. What are you doing?
Damn.
It's just not a
man.
good move, man.
No, it's not at all, bro. And I don't know, dog. I think they need to like really sit down, whoever's like run the commissioners of these leagues, bro, and just set like fucking groundbreaking rules, bro. It's like, I mean, I know they already have
But I would
that.
say that's set already.
Yeah, they already have that, but I don't know if like Frank was saying, like we don't really know into detail. Like, can they bet on any sports at all? Because I mean, when the players came for the Super Bowl to Vegas, they weren't allowed to even be near like roulette tables.
But they
Yeah.
see that makes
Blackjack
sense.
table.
Well,
Stupid.
that doesn't make sense. Oh, okay. So
Why?
yes and no. Well, because you're an asset and you're owned by the team. The team owns you.
Yeah.
Right. So you are an asset of the Rams, of the Lakers, or whatever. It doesn't matter you're Kobe, G. It doesn't matter you're Westbrook. You're an asset of the company, right? You represent the
Yeah.
company. You belong to us until you don't. And I have to make sure that you're not fucking up my bread here. You're a part of the whole machine here, and this whole machine
true.
has to effectively operate, right? Gambling, I can, as a diamond handler myself, it's just hard to say, but I could see why you may not want. If I was a handler for a rapper, right, and he's a little off the hinges, and then he's all of a sudden gambling, drinking, I'm gonna jump in and be like, hey, bro, we got a shoot coming up. You're gonna go down a hole. You can't be doing all this fucking saca la bolsita, homie. Relax. So, like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? I need you performing, dog, because we need to keep this bread going. Like, relax, papa.
He's like, how do you think I perform well, dog?
Shit, never mind. Bring it
I
up.
need this
My
right
My
here.
bad. Hey,
I need this, coach.
I need 3
it.
bags stat on the double.
Or Fox.
Right, but that makes sense to me. To be honest, I would say that we should have leniency on gambling on traditional gambling games,
Yeah.
right? Cards, slots, tables, casinos, that should be okay. But I could see why logically you wouldn't want them betting on any sport.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah. Well, the whole casino shit, that was just for the Super Bowl weekend. Like I'm sure now, throughout the season, players can go to casinos as much as they want. But it was just
That's
throughout.
weird.
It was throughout the Super Bowl weekend because the Super Bowl was hosted in Vegas.
maybe more of a liability
They
or
weren't
something.
allowed to be on the casino floor at all.
That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I would get it if they're like stay away from the sports books. Like in the casinos, they have the sports
Yeah.
book section. Like stay away from that. But come on, dog, you can't go play some roulette, some
Yeah, that
blackjack.
doesn't make sense.
Right.
Because even if it's like liability, it's crazy. Maybe somebody does something stupid. Like they could do that any day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
let him
but-
gamble hand. Let him send it. Let him double it all up, dog. He's made 40 mil. Double it up.
Nah, but speaking of fucking money, bro, we got Biden over here who urges Congress to pass Ukraine and Israel aid and saying we won't write blank checks.
That's crazy.
So Biden's over here trying to give what? How much money is he trying to give?
So, according to this article, funding proposals for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan resemble a $95 billion aid package previously passed by the Senate. So you're basically chalking it up to $100 billion that want to be sent overseas.
This motherfucker Biden must be gambling, hitting parlays left and right, trying to give this money away like it's fucking nothing and shit. The
Man.
fuck, $100 billion?
Bro, it's because we keep fighting these proxy wars. I saw, yesterday, AC was here, right? Gil and Boo Boo were here having that conversation
Yeah.
about Iran, launching missiles supposedly to Israel, right? And how a lot of those missiles kind of fell off and things of that nature, right? But,
So stupid.
us supporting Israel, us supporting Ukraine, right? We're having these proxy wars that we're fighting Iran and we're fighting Russia, right? It's this like extension of this Cold War because we know like once like we give like
a hot
actual military aid and attack like say in Iran or Russia,
So
like
would
it's World War III.
It's over with.
Like those two countries are capable of nuclear holocaust and
Well,
you
not
know-
just that. They've already formed the alliance.
yeah.
Now, if you've been watching the UN meetings at all the past year, that is the hot topic of the UN right now, is that America's no longer the world leader. What side are we on? You realize that the Middle East and a bunch of fucking Europe has aligned. India, China, they've aligned in a lot of ways, right? Like India, China, and Russia being together, dog, this is not good. That's all your medicine, right? When it comes to Russia, the biggest arms purchaser of Russia is Iran. So, I'm not fucking up my gun trade here either, G. So you fuck with the Middle East, you fuck with us, right? You want to save Taiwan. Well, now China wants some smoke, right? Like America's basically, the UN has positioned itself to basically say, hey, if shit goes down, who's on who? The allies and Axis have already been drawn out at this point. We're just waiting to see if America's going to fuck up and give a reason.
Damn.
Oh yeah, no.
You guys think we're on the brink of fucking World War III?
Yes and no. To be honest, man, I would say that World War III could have happened over many situations, right? Especially, I think that was the purpose of the 7 countries in the Middle East kind of getting dropped on. I think this is a plan that is decades old already, right? When we first started over 9/11, we were in Iraq, Afghanistan, and then it spread it to Libya, Lebanon, and all 7 countries in the Middle East, right? We've destabilized the entire Middle East, and then we've drawn this line. We've been pumping up Israel like a motherfucker, bro. We finance them every year. They're one of the strongest, biggest armies, and yet they're one of the smallest nations in the world. It makes no sense, right? We've kind of been building and setting this situation up, this narrative within Palestine, right? We've created an entire people. Palestine doesn't even have its own language, right? They speak they speak starts with an S, or Farsi, I think. Well, they speak another language. There's no Palestinian language, right? That was a thing that was drawn out after World War II. And all of this war has been set, or these issues have been set. But to be honest, I think they've been poking at it, right? We could have gone there under Obama, right? The Hamas and ISIS, ISIL, however you want to track that was more than enough. We tried. We really tried, right? In the Middle East, the crazy part about the Middle East, man, is that we did too much, and we put them in a corner where they're willing to die just to fucking see tomorrow, right? They're willing to kill themselves to get you, right? They don't give a fuck about it. So we couldn't win that war. We couldn't win the war in Vietnam for the same reason. We did too much, right? And we put people in a position where all I can do now is die. But I want to get you too. So I think since then we've been trying it. The issue is just that a lot of other nations have been stepping up now. A lot of other nations have been peeping game and seeing the effect of us being the world police. I think we're on the brink, but I don't think we're quite there yet, right? I think everybody thinks it's going to happen now.
Yeah.
No, I think you got like 5-10 more years.
You know, like you said, this is a problem that's been decades, generations old. I think my biggest issue is there are so many domestic issues that could use $100 billion,
Yes,
right?
sir. Thank you.
From infrastructure to education to paying fucking people a living wage, right? And you have a president like Joe Biden
Giving PP loans to the world.
giving PP loans to the world. You're talking about, you know, $500 billion, almost $1 trillion that's been lent out and given out, right?
Yeah.
To build infrastructure elsewhere.
Mind you, while your debt ceiling climbs.
While your debt ceiling climbs, right? And here, everything continues to get more expensive. You know, the quality of life continues to diminish. Like, look, man, like, I'm all for being, you know, it's a global market, right? It's a global world that we live in, right? But, like, you have to take care of home. You have to take care of home base, and you have to take care of your people that live here in this country first, right?
Or you could take care of everybody else and let your people go to shit.
And that's what even the perception. I'm not saying that that's exactly what he's doing, right? You may have your opinion or not, but that's your actions are showing that, right? It's showing that you continuously are sending 100%. Our tax money, right? Because everybody who works, everybody who owns a property, everybody who buys anything in this country are paying into a tax, into a fund that is continuously being given away. Yeah. And we don't really have any say in that, right? And we're at this point where we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Yeah. And be like, Joe, like, stop sending money overseas and start spending money here in the States.
Invest money in the business here, dog.
Invest money in this infrastructure, in this country.
Yeah. Invest in yourself.
Invest in ourselves and what we're doing. And I think that's the biggest issue for me, more so than anything, right? Because we can get really convoluted in those conversations on like how long those beefs have existed, right, in the Middle East and such and so forth, right, for generations, for eons, for generations.
As long as you can look, man.
So, you know, I'm more concerned with just from a fiscal perspective, us spending money all over the place and not spending it at home.
And to be honest, to answer your question a little more directly, I think a few things are going to happen before World War III. And when they happen, then you can be like, you know what, we might be close. First of all, I think that when you realize that your cryptocurrency is all of a sudden centralized now, that's a really good sign that something bad's about to happen, right? That's a good sign that your economy is about to take a super dumper, right? Because we try to switch our currency that is already taking a dumper and centralize a decentralized system. And that's what's kind of being put out there already. Yeah. You're going to have one of the biggest ones, man, and I think that this is the most important thing, is that you're going to have a Trojan horse inside of America, right? And we're kind of seeing, we've been slow. People think America's bad now. I think we're at like 40 to 60% of where we're going when it comes to fighting amongst each other over politics, religion, etc. Right? I think we're in that mid zone. We're not even in the hot zone yet. But we're going to end up in a place where we're really fighting each other, where we're really going back to that punch and Nazi era.
Because I really want to get here to J213 talking about what do you guys think of Kennedy Jr. running for president?
That's cap like a motherfucker, bro. He's not going to. He's not going to.
You know,
what side does he fall on?
You become an independent,
I was gonna
right?
say you're gonna be green,
and that's what you just mentioned. Like, we live in a two-party era, in a two-party country.
Yeah, and we know green's a wasted vote, G.
And that's the unfortunate sentiment, right?
Yeah, where people are too programmed for blue and red.
The reality is most people are green.
Most people are,
and it's a wasted vote. It never goes anywhere because you never have anyone green that makes enough of a vote.
But you also need to talk about like the establishment and the powers that be, right? Because you need to talk about the RNC and the DNC. Because look back in what was it, 2016, when Bernie Sanders ran for the Democratic nod, right?
Yeah.
And he was the candidate, and all of a sudden Hillary Clinton from nowhere came and took that, right?
Of course.
that just for me, right, as a voter, it just solidified that this is already, like, you guys already have the decision. Like, you guys already know who's going to be competing.
Of course.
Who's going to be up there.
Yeah.
The script is out.
It's been, it was out 40 years ago, G.
We don't have any power.
No. There's an illusion.
You look at 2000 when Al Gore lost, right? And he won the popular vote, and we voted as a nation. We voted for Al Gore, but the
Electoral College too. Come on,
not even the Electoral College.
The Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court came out and said,
"Gangster.
Here you go. You know what? Like, we're gonna stop this, and we're gonna give it to GW."
Yeah, crazy.
And we're sitting here thinking that we still live in a country that we have a free choice.
No, fool. Well, you have a Supreme Court. You have your Electoral College, right? Okay, check it out, man. Like every single president you have has been related either directly or secondhand. Period. Fact of the matter, it's just old news, 10 years old. Everybody's a cousin, a second cousin, a nephew, a niece, a uncle and auntie, a second uncle, second auntie. They're all related, right? They're all blood. They came out of the same college, the same fraternities, the same everything. The script is out, bro. If you thought like Bernie Sanders, the only reason why anybody even fucking noticed that old dude, because keep in mind the same issue with Biden is the issue with Bernie. Bro, you're too fucking old, G. You look like Albert Einstein. Why the fuck? What are we doing, right? You're too old, Papa. Okay, but you look at it, man. Why did you like him? Because he was there with Martin Luther King Jr. and he's civil rights and this, and he's against the establishment. That fool's fucking dripping in bread. What are you talking about? He's not anti-establishment. He's establishment playing anti-establishment. And it worked, right? Look, green is what you should vote. Every American should vote green, and it should be a fucking crazy argument for me to go right or left, right? It should be such a good argument that in this moment in time, it's not about green. In this moment in time, fucking immigration is fucking us up. So I have to go red for the next 4 years. And then if everything balances out, I'm back to green. And I'm smacking the middle and making sure that I'm playing the middle and figuring out which side is actually going to help me as the people more. Because a Democrat and a Republican president are both American presidents, right? Being the green's that middle zone. It's that comfort.
Oh, that's definitely a great way to look at it, bro. And hopefully, like, I mean, people can really have that mindset because, I mean, like we said, it's really never not going to be red versus blue. It's always going to be that, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, it also comes down to who the fuck got the most funds. Who's funding these people?
What's your lobby look like?
How much are they putting? Exactly.
Yeah. Who's backing you? How much bread you got?
Yeah, you know, but we can't let that democratic system fall off or nothing like that. You know, we got to try and keep it up as much as we can.
But that's the thing is it democratic or is it an illusion of democracy?
Yeah, that's definitely.
It's an illusion of democracy.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of those signs is when we start shooting back at the government, like we're saying, we want to start lynching these motherfuckers. Then you start realizing, yeah.
Nah, but man, shit. Just switch the topic a little bit. Speaking of something that's really falling off, Bad Bunny, bro. This motherfucker.
Y'all on segues.
He had a concert in Minneapolis that was canceled due to poor ticket sales.
Fucking Peso Pluma, homie.
Bro, shout out Peso.
Okay,
shout out the homie
Just
Max.
think about that for a little bit. Is this motherfucker falling off, or is Minneapolis just not the place?
Where
to go
the fuck
for
is
somebody
Minneapolis, dog?
Up
Minnesota?
there, like
Somewhere.
Minnesota?
Somewhere. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, bad.
Is it Minnesota?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I think,
It's right there,
Minneapolis,
yeah.
Minnesota.
Sounds about right.
Smack in the middle of nowhere.
You know, I think it's a sign
Midwest.
it's definitely the sign of the times, bro. Like, if I've never been to a Bad Bunny concert, but I've
Yes, you have.
bro,
You were front row.
kick it, fool. All of a sudden, dog,
Sick ass,
talking
fool.
fucking massa, fool. Nah, fool. But
I'm just fucking around.
my
Some
sister,
tight ass clothes on.
my sister's bought some Bad Bunny tickets, right? And the crazy thing is that those prices for his tickets, bro, like this fool commands like hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, depending on where you want to sit.
Dang.
Right? So, especially in the economic times that we're in and how everything is getting super tight, bro, I don't have $1,000 to go see this fool fucking do the same songs that I can hear on radio, right? I'm not look, I'm not downplaying an artist's performance, right?
I'm gonna go buy an Oculus right now. I'll be right there with you, Papa.
But when you're charging like $500, $600, $700 a ticket, right, to sit in the nosebleeds, or thousands of dollars for a front seat, it's like, really, when is it about the fans and about like you being able to connect with them, right? Like, it really seems like a money grab at this point.
They're willing to spend that.
Like, and your fans are willing to spend it.
$500 on nosebleeds.
And this is people really saying, like, look, bro, I'm not willing to spend that kind of money. I'm not willing to spend, $600, $700, $800 to go see you. like it you know, people are being very conservative with the money that they spend, and entertainment usually is the first thing that they start cutting. But
Yeah.
a lot of people are attributing this to like him, you know, falling off, right? Like every artist has an end of the run, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't be the top dude forever. So do you think this is the start of his decline? And, you know, you have people like Fuerza Regida and Peso Pluma and individuals like that really kind of coming into the fold. So do you think Bad Bunny is falling off from like a music perspective and his hype?
I think he might be. You know, the switch or the focus for the Latin community in terms of music has gone away from him, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you got people like Grupo Frontera,
Yeah.
Fuerza Regida, Peso Pluma, Junior H. I mean, Junior H has been doing it for a minute. Not that they've been doing it for a minute, but you know, they've had a crazy evolution as artists as well. You know, while this dude was popping, while Bad Bunny was popping, they were progressing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they changed their whole sound completely from when they first started. And it's a dope sound. It's a unique sound, and I think a lot of the Latin community has maybe switched its focus from him to that. I mean, you got to remember, dog, reggaeton was super popping at one point in like the 2000, early 2000s.
That part.
But it came and went.
Yeah.
You know, like what we seen Yandel, Daddy Yankee, these motherfuckers.
Still active.
But that was just
No,
for the
yeah,
women,
yeah,
though,
yeah,
G.
of course. But no, yeah, exactly.
Straight up, it wasn't for the culture.
But it didn't really like stick
Yeah.
for a long time. And maybe that's just what's happening right now with that specific genre, with reggaeton.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that, man. And I think that part, right, like the reggaeton thing, I haven't even thought about that, but that's a great point, dog. But I think that's true. Like that was like salsa, fool. It's still around, and you'll have a bunch of dudes that are not Mexican, like, man, the Latin women though, fool, let's go to this party, right? But it's not for the culture, man. With Bad Bunny is a Latino representative in the music entertainment sphere that represents us, but I think he's an industry baby to that extent, right? And it was more flashy, hypey. When these guys came up, like Besso and them, they're bringing authentic shit that we really know that's rooted in something, and they're making it modern. And I think that has more intrinsic value.
Did Drake and Bad Bunny ever make a song?
I think so. I think they got onto a track. I
They
think
did, right?
they've done tracks.
Damn,
together.
that's crazy.
Okay,
to follow
so
up to that.
that's one thing though that
The Drake curse.
that's one no.
Bro,
Yeah.
you know about his gambling curse?
Well, I hate
Yeah,
gambling
bruh.
on somebody, and then I see Drake post his
I don't.
fucking ticket on there.
Fool, fuck that. Gamble, double up on
No,
the
but
other
when
guy.
I've already
Fuck
fucking-
that. That's some double up on the other fool.
You
Get your
right,
bread back
you
and
right,
make some.
you right, you
Yeah,
right,
that's
you right.
crazy, bro.
No, but that's
That's a secure bet.
That's something to keep in mind is
Mm-hmm.
like somebody like him doesn't really fuck with Bad Bunny like that no more, but he's got somebody like Chinito Pacas in the club with him.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
He's
so he
got somebody
bites
like
his
Chino
music.
Pacas who he fucks with, like heavy. That's kind of like, to me, is evident to the fact that the Latin culture is really switching their focus from away from that to what maybe the corridos or the whatever you want to categorize that genre as, that Peso Pluma, Chino, they all fall under.
Yeah.
That's popping right now. Like, I don't know. I think he hasn't really evolved maybe as an artist. That it's kind of like, you don't have anything new that sounds appealing to me. It's whatever.
It's, bro, I feel like when it comes to like artists, it's just like athletes. It's hard to be that number one dude forever. It's hard to be, you know, in your prime forever. Like, you're not going to be champion of the world forever. Like, eventually somebody's going to come up, a young buck is going to come up and take your spot. And music's, you know, the same way, where, you know, I think, you know, Bad Bunny's had his run. And I think a lot of things that he's done outside of music have really kind of taken away from him, right? Because, you know,
Treats his fans like shit.
yeah, 100. You know, he there's a lot of things that have happened outside of the music, you know, sphere that really have taken a lot of limelight away from him.
Yeah.
You know, he's still one of the top artists in the world, but you know, you have a lot more competition, you know, right now
Especially him.
when you talked about like the Latin sphere, like, it's, you know, you typically mentioned him, right?
Yep.
Being able to cross over.
He was the face.
He was the face,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
now you have other individuals who are peering into that, right?
Yep.
You know, you have men and women. You have, you know, a lot of different, you know, music that's coming out right now. And to your point, DBT, I think it's just a change of the times, you know, and people are, you know, moving into a different direction. So I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is, bro, but like I said earlier, it could be something that's just is something that reggaeton in general, I feel like hasn't really been a thing that's popping anymore.
It just depends also where you live, bro.
Yeah.
I lived out.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm sure out in New York and
Bro.
Florida, reggaeton's probably just
Bro, play some
active as fuck.
reggaeton out here in Cali, fool. We just forgot. I bet you so many people will be like, oh shit.
Oh no, people
Oh,
love it
yeah,
here
for
too.
sure.
People
Yeah.
love it here too, but it's not.
It's dead over here for sure.
In the Latin community, I still think
Yeah.
that corridos overtakes
All day,
reggaeton
all day.
At least
Easy.
here on the West Coast.
Yeah, in the
I'm
West
like,
Coast.
at least on the West Coast, right? I lived in Washington, D.C. for a couple years. and
Where?
Washington, D.C.
What the fuck
So I
is
was in
that?
D.C.
Damn.
He was
So,
Biden's assistant.
Oh, sick.
I got some stories about being in D.C., bro. But
It was his memory book.
first of all, like I was like the only Mexican in D.C.
I bet.
You know, for real. Everybody thought I was Dominican, Puerto
Bet.
Rican, bro. That's all I got when I was out there.
They're like, I'm Mexican. They're like, nah, for real though.
The best Mexican food that existed
You're not
out there was
fool.
Chipotle at that time,
Shit, you don't have no Taco Bell?
bro.
Taco Bell.
That's probably the
Hell
closest.
Taco?
That was
Shit.
the closest that I was getting to, right?
Authentic.
But for the most part, like all you listened to out there was reggaeton, salsa, and bachata. Like that
Damn,
was
for real?
that was the Latin scene,
Oh.
right? And
You
the
and
crazy
you.
part about the East Coast is like it's a lot more blended.
Mm.
So like you would I would be out there on 14th and K, be out there, in the DC area, right? And going to these different clubs, and you see people from all walks of life, from everywhere coming in, and dancing to like salsa and bachata and reggaeton. But reggaeton specifically out there was really huge, and still, in my opinion, right? I haven't been back in a minute, right? But it's still pretty, really, really big. So it just, you really start seeing some of the consumer trends change, and then like here, at least in Southern California, right? Like the majority of the Latin folks here have that influence that they relate more to, like the Fuerza Regidas and the Peso Plumas of the world, right?
Yeah.
And California being such a huge economy, like, it makes sense. The money's in there. So do you feel like somebody like Drake, and I guess I'm going to pose this question in my last question. Do you think Drake fucks with us, and at least with Chino Pacas, because of the music, or because where he sees that the money's going to go?
Bro, it's because he sees where it's going. Drake don't really fuck with Raza like that. He would have been done it a long time ago.
Thank you. That part.
All of these fools would have been done it a long time
That
ago.
part.
You know how many people have been in the music industry that are Raza, that have been doing this shit for years, and they never really got the attention or the credibility that they deserve, not even as artists, whether it's A&Ring, whether it's producing, engineering, whatever it is, dog. And it's always just been like the odd one out. Raza's always been the odd one out.
Yep.
But now everything's shifting, and all of a sudden motherfuckers want to fuck with Raza. Which, don't get me wrong, I like it. I enjoy it. It's cool. It's like that feeling when it's like, oh yeah, you didn't fuck with me then, now look, you know? But I like it because it puts our people on, bro.
Yeah.
And now it's like a whole different generation of people to come have different opportunities because of what the people who are really pushing the Raza right now in the entertainment industry, they're doing it so well that it's gonna help everybody and benefit everybody else, bro.
For sure.
And even if they are using us, it also gives us which they are. They also gives us an opportunity to actually be part of that story, of that era where we're recognizing ourselves and we're trying to shine, and we're the generation, we're the people that get to choose what we do at this moment, right? Whether or not we're being used.
Yep. Hell yeah, most definitely. Shout out 420 Prolific Mob in the chat. Shit. Has to be stupid, dang. 420 this Saturday, baby. We gonna light one up, most definitely. Y'all already know.
And heard that Hadar, dogs?
Come on.
We about to light that hater up, baby. Hell
right.
yeah.
DC, you're not ready.
Shit, wait for the munchies to hit.
Definitely not ready.
Speaking of munchies, what we got here? Texas woman says she couldn't believe how many people from California prefer Whataburger over In-N-Out. All right, motherfuckers. Everybody that's watching it, you from Cali and you one of these people, bro, get your California
get the fuck
residency
outta here.
revoked.
Yeah.
Real
You ain't heard of the
fucking
Cali Exodus? Hop on the train and bounce, G.
What? Who from California prefers Whataburger?
Where the fuck do you have Whataburger in California?
Nowhere. I went
The desert.
I went to Texas for one
Probably.
of my uncle's weddings, bro. I tried it. It was mid.
So who are these 4 fucking Californians this lady made this article about?
For
Get
real.
the fuck up out of here.
It'd be like 2
dog.
people from California,
For
probably.
real. And you came from Arizona. Relax.
It just, I feel like you have like that kind of, childhood connection to like the things that you grew up with, right? So, you know, a lot of people from Texas, shout out to Texas, right? A lot of people from Texas really feel like they're very proud of not only Texas, right? But they're proud of the food that comes from there. And so, like, my entire life, I've heard, like, hey, Whataburger is something that to rival, like, In-N-Out, right?
Fuck out of here.
Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, I've been all up and down Texas, right? And to echo Tony's point, bro, like, it's super mid. Like it's like an exaggerated version of like Carl's Jr. I prefer Carl's Jr. over Whataburger.
Oh,
I don't.
what?
I just, bro. I just don't believe
Carl
it's.
smacks.
It's
Give
just
me a Western bacon all
all
day.
day,
over
double
fucking-
Western cheeseburger, baby. We're superstar if we ain't got it like that, no onions.
It's just. I think like you know I. You know.
My boy just gave his whole
Bro,
We
order.
about to order. I'm hungry, nigga. We about to order right
Whataburger's
now.
hot trash, bro. Like these fools come back and say like, "Oh my God, Whataburger X, Y, and Z." And you're like, bro, like you definitely never had In-N-Out, right? Because In-N-Out now does exist in Texas. I know they have
Yeah,
one in
they
Austin.
heard how fucking
They
much
do?
they
Yeah,
love Whataburger.
they have one in Austin.
What? Okay.
So I know for a fact they have one in Austin. I spent some time in Austin, and I remember landing in Austin, right? And like, you know, asking the Uber driver, I'm like, hey, bro, like, you know, I know you guys are super famous for barbecue. Shout out to Franklin's, that's no longer there, it burned down, but crazy barbecue, right? But it's like, hey, do you recommend, besides barbecue, right? Is there any other restaurants that you recommend? Anything that's like really, really popping? He's like, look, there's this burger place that just came to town called In-N-Out. And they've been having lines all week,
Man.
right?
Like, man, I got.
I'm like, bro,
I got that shit every
grew up
freeway
eating that
exit,
shit.
dog.
I'm
I'm
like,
bro,
I'm
I'm
on
from-
barbecue,
bro,
fool.
I'm from Cali. I'm like, bro, like, we got an In-N-Out like on every other block, bro. And he's like, man, like they've had these incredible lines for In-N-Out, right? In
Oh,
comparison,
you new to this?
100%. It's just, you know, I think people just from that perspective is like, you're just really prideful. Like, yo, like my taquero's better than yours, right?
Yeah, but it
My
is.
burger spot is better than yours.
But it is.
You know,
Fuck are you talking about?
until you have both of them and you're able to make that observation and that you know, very objective or maybe subjective, right? Because it's
No,
whatever
it's
you prefer.
objective, homie. It's objective.
Honestly, like, it wasn't a horrible burger.
No,
Like,
no,
it's not something
terrible.
that I wouldn't just shit on it. You know,
but
like I
doesn't
wouldn't.
the expectation
But
change the
dog,
story?
to me, what was disappointing was the fact that it was compared to In-N-Out.
That's
So
the-
when I
yeah.
had it, I was like, "Oh hell no!"
Fuck
like,
this burger.
That's disrespectful
Yeah,
as fuck.
straight up.
Motherfuckers really think this
But had
shit.
you just ate it without
well,
that expectation being set? Had
Oh,
you just
yeah.
went to Whataburger, it might have been alright.
if you know, when I had it, I was like, "All right, it's cool."
It's cool.
It,
Y'all
it
done
didn't
fucked
feel
up.
like any different than going to fucking Carl's. To be honest with you, like that's
Damn, for
just
real.
what it was.
That's the crazy part too, because like I hear that all the time, and I've heard it forever. But like, I don't know. Man. The crazy part, In-N-Out is bomb ass food because it's slop. Like it's this slop that just tastes good. Whataburger sounds like water burger. I don't want no water burger. G, get that soggy shit out of here.
Plant based, G.
Plant-based, yeah. Get your vegan ass burger out of here,
No,
dog.
even
The fact that your Uber driver was like, "Hey man, this place In-N-Out, it had a line all the way to the wall." Like, oh, y'all don't got lines like that
bro,
over here.
when we were flying back to Cali in the airport, we stopped at like this, or like, you know, the airport has restaurants.
Yeah.
We were having a beer like at a bar, and we told the bartender like, "Hey, bro, you from Texas?" Yeah, blah blah. We asked him what he preferred because he said he's been to Cali and he's had it, and he's like, "Oh no, In-N-Out all day." Like, I don't understand why
There you
anybody
go.
from California would say different when
There you
people in
go.
Texas
Because you trying to be
are
different.
saying. Maybe,
Cause you vegan.
man.
Yeah.
Somebody said In-N-Out is the best, hands down. You had to go to the old In-N-Out to appreciate the seasoning of many years of the grill. Damn, I ain't never heard that.
That's true.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so
That's
what In-N-Out?
crazy.
Put in the
Yeah.
comments, man. What
Yeah.
In-N-Outs y'all recommend?
Yeah, what you
What's the-
doing? Drop the
what's
Addy, fool.
old is it, man? What the fuck?
It's
Yeah.
like with cast iron. Like you don't wash cast iron, right? Like, you know, you season
You
it
better
first.
watch that burger, G. You better watch the iron in that kitchen, dog. That's all I know.
You know,
Yeah,
but
start
you know,
one.
what he's talking about is like all that seasoning that kind of, you know, builds into the grill. I know
No,
they're,
of course.
I know they're
Cholesterol like
cleaning
a
everything.
mug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like all those.
No, it makes sense. That's why I'm like, drop that.
Yeah, drop the Addy, fool.
Drop
Why
the
you talking
Addy,
about
G.
it? Drop
Yo,
the Addy.
Rude
Drop
Dog,
the
Rude
Addy.
Dog Flores. That's
Por
a crazy
favor.
take, my boy. If you ain't mainstream fast food, you are participating in cannibalism.
Hey, bro.
God damn.
Man, you just need to delete YouTube, G. I'm sorry. Just gotta remove YouTube off the phone.
Hey, G, you
Just-
went too deep down the rabbit hole, my
Damn,
boy.
bro.
I don't know.
Stop,
That's
stop. You're
crazy.
good.
Cannibalism.
Yeah, just just delete YouTube, G. Don't worry about it. Uninstall.
That
Yep.
shit's still packed. Were you talking about maybe he's talking about the In-N-Out you were mentioning in Austin? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
That burger tastes like a Rally's burger. Yeah, it tastes like a whatever burger, dog.
Yeah,
like they should call it whatever burger, not water burger.
Whatever burger.
Whatever.
Baldwin Park. Oh yeah, Baldwin Park is the first In-N-Out, correct?
I think
If
so.
I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay, we're
California
gonna have
based.
to pay a visit to BP.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I'm
right. Art's right.
About
yeah.
to take a long drive to stay in a long line.
It's
Nah,
gonna be
but
worth
shit-
it though.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is, G.
That shit's always it's fire. I hate when people tell me that shit. Y'all want me to wait in some long ass line?
Damn.
No, bro, no, because the burger gonna be fire, but it's not worth 3 hours of me standing there hungry.
That's true, dog.
I'm about to eat this squirrel waiting here, G. Like, what are we doing? fool? Fuck, bro. And then I eat this burger. I'm like, man, it's good, but I need 2.
Then just order 2, fool.
I'm impatient.
order ahead of
Nah, because I
time,
gotta go
huh?
back in that line. I know. I order ahead of
Order
time.
ahead of
Stop
time.
being stupid.
And
dog.
if
Know
you're
yourself.
full, dog, just save it for
Stare
later.
at that
Give it to
shit.
someone. Stare at No, man. But since we on the topic of Cali, shit, Southern California City Council gives a key approval for Disneyland expansion plan. What the fuck? Why do they
Fuck
need
no.
more, dog?
Bro, so the Anaheim City Council approves Disneyland Forward, a $1.9 billion multi-decade park expansion plan after an 8-hour public hearing. So
So the rich are getting richer.
the rich are getting richer, bro. I think those people who may not know about Disneyland and their stranglehold on Anaheim, right, as a city and a city council, right, they're probably the
own
biggest funder of a lot of their political engagements out there, right? But so there's a space of land that is going to be purchased through this, right? And all that land currently houses affordable housing, not to be confused with Section 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This affordable housing or subsidized housing is based on your gross income. So this is supposed to be a hand up, not a hand out, right? It's supposed to be a place for you to be able to go with your family, to be able to save enough money to get out. And Disneyland is coming in and saying, you know what,
So-
Fuck
we're
that.
tearing all this affordable housing down, right? That's actually helped a lot of people, right? And I have personal experience of that organization and that group and that type of housing being able to help an individual purchase a home, right?
Dude, insanely.
And with housing prices being the way that they are, right, very minimal inventory in real estate as we speak, right? There's like not anything for sale at all whatsoever. Rents are crazy. You're gonna allow a theme park to take more real estate, right, and continue to displace people, right? Displacing people because you want to make more revenue.
While ballers buy off entire blocks and don't rent it out and just hold.
Absolutely. It's, Disneyland Corp, yes, they employ a lot of people, right? But it's just at what point do we stop idolizing these type of brands and saying like, look, like for all you people who love Disneyland, right? There's something weird, bro, of like grown people catering to children in this sense, right?
Yeah.
And, with all the stuff that's been coming out about Nickelodeon and Disneyland, man,
Keep in mind, cases have already came out on Disneyland. There's open cases already.
like I don't want to continue to put my money or proliferate that, especially, being able to displace individuals. Like, how do y'all feel about Disneyland getting richer and displacing people, hardworking people there in the city?
I mean, personally, I'm against it because at the end of the day, it becomes like a monopoly, dog.
Straight up.
Bro, Disney, for people that don't know, Disney owns so many fucking things, not even just land, bro. When we're talking about the theme parks, I'm talking about like news companies, production companies, all types of shit, bro. Like if one company owns something, it all leads back up to fucking Disney. Disney is the owner of a lot of shit, bro.
And
And
there's
they
like
have
3
a
or
lot
4
of
corps that own everything.
there's like 3 or 4 corps, and
Disney's one of them.
fucking one of them, bro.
Yeah.
And they own so much shit, and it's like we're just giving them more power, bro.
Yeah.
And but at the end of the day, like, what can we really? I actually remember there being a petition that was being sent around, for people to sign to go against that shit.
Damn.
And I did sign it, but in my head I was like, I'm gonna support, but what really can we do, dog? Like at the end of the day, money talks, bro.
Yeah, but
Disney's gonna come in with the bag, bro.
the one thing I can promise you, man, is the court of public opinion is the most important court you can ever get in front of.
Oh, 100%.
Right. And you can put them in a position to be in the court of public opinion. The issue is that what you'd be fighting is pedophilia. And for some weird ass reason in America, we don't seem to really try to push that as much as we like to say we do. Right? If this was a race issue or gender issue, we'd be Disney, as big as it is, would have a real big problem right now. The thing, like, I don't like it because, like, for a couple of reasons. If you look up the cases, man, their whole, like, fucking media team at Disney, there was, like, 15 guys that got caught up for pedophilia and trading child porn and all kinds of shit. Disney has a secret room called Room 33 right underneath the, where you go to, there's like in the middle, you know where the boat is, right?
Club 33. Yeah.
Club 33, right? So where that boat ride is, right in the middle, if you go across it, there's like a restaurant you can eat on right on this lake, and right underneath that, there's this door that you can't just walk into, dog. And it's called Club 33, yeah? Which is, I mean, come on, we could do this, right? And you do your Googles, right? Skull, crossbone, do your Googles. This is, you look at all the movies, you look at the propaganda that they spread through, you look at what Walt Disney's been involved in, right? You can't grow good fruit off a bad crop, right? And Walt Disney's a bad crop. And if you look at it, man, like, there's just nothing but bad and negativity that came from it. And to break it down, like, man, I was broke growing up, right? I'm Latino. I grew up in a very poor family and stuff. And we went to Disneyland, man. And I know how impactful that was, how hard it was for my pops to get that to happen, right? How much bread we spent, how a chicken leg was like, it must have been a bitch for my dad to spend that money on. I didn't even see it, right? And then when I look around and all the people in my neighborhood and all my community, they go to Disneyland every year, bro. We go 2-3 times a year, dog. Like, and then you see the people with bread who they do traditionally. And it's like, fuck, bro. Now you're going to take away from affordable living, dog. That's the thread between actually ending up on the badder end of things. That's your last vestige before things get really bad. So I'm going to remove that now to expand this thing while simultaneously bumping my tickets up so fucking high that if you poor motherfuckers want to even get in here, or mid-class, you got to get on a payment plan. And also you got to book a slot on when you can come to Disneyland now. So you're bumping my prices, you're removing my access to it. And then on top of it, you're going to just push everybody out to expand this thing. That what do we need to expand it for, bro? Every year you just Harry Potter this, Simpsons that. Like, keep that.
I want to, y'all have been to Disneyland, right? I think a lot of people in the chat has been to Disneyland. Can I say this out loud, right?
Waste of money.
Bro, first of all, waste of money. Second of all, how, like, Disney adults, have you seen these folks? Have you seen these people?
Yeah,
I've seen these people that, like, live at Disneyland, bro, and have, like, it's weird.
You're weird, G.
It's a weird obsession with that place where you have grown ass folks, old ass folks, right, that are obsessed with Disneyland. They go every day, every other day, multiple times a week,
You
right?
know what that's called? The Peter Pan philosophy, homie.
Break it down.
Break it down.
Philosopher. You don't want to grow up, fool. You want to live a child forever. That was your golden memories, whatever it was. You're Peter Pan, fool. You want to be in Neverland forever, dog.
That makes sense.
It's the Peter Pan philosophy, fool. And you know who's the, like, biggest fucking perpetrators of that, ironically enough, that work there? Your tour guides and the people in the costumes. Right? I personally know somebody that was a tour guide at Disneyland, right? And dude, like, weird as fuck. The personality you see with all lit and they're caught up in all this, like, animated energy, that dead ass who they are in real life.
The fuck?
All right, it's like those fetishized people where, like, dress me up as a child and diaper type shit.
Out.
It's out, fool. It's been out, G. But, like, we're supporting it monetarily, right? Because unfortunately in America, this is part of, like, our culture. Disneyland is kind of like baseball, which is, kind of like going to a community pool. There's just certain things that we check off all of our list, right? And Disneyland's on that list. 1,000%. So 50% of it is
sadly, it's part of the American dream.
Right? And then you have, like, Disney World and shit. And everybody that's been at Disneyland and Disney World, like, you're missing out. And I want to go to Orlando just for Disney World. Like, there's not too many things you know about, right? For sure, I need to go check that out. A big issue is, like, when do we stop talking about wokeism and politics and all that and just start looking at shit like that's in our backyard, bro? Like, we're literally paying for these fools to do some weird ass fucked up negative shit to us.
Bro, man, I couldn't have said it better, bro. I think it's really kind of getting involved, going back to these city council meetings and, like, your local governance and people just showing up and voting, right?
Yeah.
I was hearing a gentleman talk about, city elections here in the county of LA, and how a mayor of a certain city won with only 3,000 votes.
Boy,
You're talking about a city. This city had
that's a neighborhood, G.
over 300,000 residents, right? And they won the
Off
mayor
10%.
off, bro, less than 10%. Bro, you're talking about 3,000 votes to be the mayor of this particular city.
It's 3%. Don't have
Could you imagine if we really banded together and we stopped just liking things on social media and posting on social media and speaking to our friends and actually did something about it?
Yeah. Stop
And
being
just-
woke and start doing something.
and start doing something about it, showing up and asking them questions. I can't stress this enough. Those city council members, the people running the government, right, your local governments, your school boards and whatnot, they don't know more than you. You should be asking those questions. You should be asking, how are you spending my money? How are you educating my kids? Why is this a benefit to my community?
And you probably know more because it affects you more.
You're the thread of that in the fabric of that society.
Yep.
Like, you have more information, so you should be asking these people and not saying like, well, you're elected to represent us, you should know. Guess what? They don't know.
Yeah, you should speak.
They have no idea.
Yeah.
A lot of these people, like I said, a lot of these people can't put two and two together. So you expect them to solve these complex issues, and most of these individuals aren't your, gifted doctors and these intellects, right, that are able to really oversee these complex issues.
Yeah.
Like, you're expecting them to make the best decision possible for you, but they're going to make the best decision for their pockets.
Yep. And you know what? Shame on you.
Facts.
Shame on you for not realizing that these people don't leave their pearly gates to see what the fuck is going on in your neighborhood, fool. Get out the pearly gates. You're the motherfucker saying that the emperor has clothes when he has no clothes on, dog. And if you don't even understand what that means, that's the fucking problem, right? The emperor has no clothes, but your dumbass tells him he does. You want to say that they represent you? Have you told them what you feel? Have you told them what you want as a representation, or are they just going over there dealing with the lobby? Because the reality of it is, hey, man, if 4 people show up to this, but one guy up in here is just dropping some bread to get some bills passed, I got 3 cats that are talking and 1 fool paying.
And it goes back to that financial responsibility that each of us has, right? Like, we said it in a couple podcasts, right, where we're talking about, well, I'm not going to go out there and vote. I can't vote, or I can't get involved like you can, or I'm not, informed. I'm like, where you're spending your money, that is a vote.
Yep.
That's a decision. That's a firm decision of support that you're making.
That's the realest vote.
So if you don't spend your money at Disneyland, you don't watch their films, you don't. It's hard because DBT was just mentioning that they own a lot of things.
Yeah.
That corporation owns tons of stuff that you might not even know,
Yeah.
right? But if you're making a conscious decision to not spend your money and not support those type of entities, trust me, they feel that more than you over here talking on social media, you over here having these conversations, right?
Yeah.
Like, actions speak louder than words.
Yep. And they're just going to try to buy you back once they lose you.
For sure.
1,000%. Shit, we got 420 prolific mob in here. So I'd rather go cruising down Bristol. Hell yeah, fuck Disneyland. Let's go cruising down Bristol.
That's right.
Straight
You
up.
can also see and hear some fireworks right there too. On Bristol.
It's weekend.
Man, but shit, boys, we had some good topics, some good conversations
Yeah.
today.
That's right.
We about at the end of the episode right here. We about to wrap it up. Anything you guys want to let the people know out there, man, before we wrap this up?
Man,
Wait, we got one more comment. My fault. We touched base on
yeah,
that.
yeah,
We
yeah.
did touch base on the thought. Or did you guys answer that question? Your thoughts on
think
Kennedy
briefly.
Jr. running for president? I think you guys both mentioned that he's not,
Yeah.
or he won't.
I think it's cap. I think he's going to get knocked off.
Wait, but he is running.
yeah,
Yeah.
he is running.
So, but you're saying he doesn't stand a chance.
No, he's going to get knocked off. He's a filler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Just a filler for somebody else to beat that they want to beat.
I agree only solely for the fact that I think that, the media pushes left and right way too much. That
For
it's,
sure.
if you're in the middle, you're kind of just you get kind of just left behind, bro,
Straight
kind of
up.
pushed down. But yeah, man, appreciate everybody that tapped in today. Fucking another episode of What's the Word on Wednesdays. Anything you guys want to say before we wrap it up?
Man, shout out to the homie Abel Mejia fighting on Saturday, big dog,
yeah,
right
shout
here,
out the boy Abel.
right here at Commerce Casino on 360 Promotions. Shout out, big dog.
Shit, bro. Just another good day, man. Green side of the grass. We got this new branding done at Hadar. Go tap in, get you some gas, and also shout out Holloway for giving me another fucking golden moment, G.
Yeah. Well, shit, I was about to say the same thing. Shout out to Hadar Extracts, man. 420 on Saturday. Get right with Hadar.
Oh.
Y'all gonna be super stoned, man. But appreciate everybody that tuned in. Y'all stay looking, stay tuned for the next episode of What's the Word on the realest platform on YouTube, man. American Cholo. God bless everybody.
That's right.